Okay, we're going to do the waffle stitch. Here I have a size 4 yarn. Let me show you. And go. Premier Yarns. 245 yards in this. This is a sweet roll. This is found at Joann Fabrics. It's 100% acrylic. Oh, there we go. Size 4. That's what I'm looking for. With this, it actually says to use an I9 5.5 hook. Which, look at that, if I can turn it the right direction, that's what I have. I 5.5 millimeter hook. Perfect. Bingo! Okay. It's going to do that proper spacing like you want it to have. So the first thing that we do is we're going to chain a multiple of 3 plus 2. I just want to do a small one to show you. So I'm going to do, let's just do 11. So 9 is multiple of 3 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So right here, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You don't count what's on the hook. Start here. Now the first thing that we're going to do is going to do a double crochet in the third one from the hook. So this is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that would be right here. So for a double crochet, in case you forgot, you wrap it around, you insert it where you want to go, wrap it around again, pull it back through, wrap it around again, you'll have 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to pull through 2. Wrap it around again, pull through 2. Let's do that again. Wrap around, yarn over. This one's already being used, so we're going into the next one. Insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to end up with 12 plus the 2 chains that we skipped over for turning. So it's kind of going to look like you're going to have 13 on here, but I promise you it's only 12. Okay. I'm sorry, not 12. How many am I doing? 9. I'm doing 9. You'll have 9. It'll look like there'll be 10. There's gonna be 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then right here at the very, very end, that I'm holding right here, that's your 2 chains from turning. Okay, so we have our 9, not 12, 9. We're going to yarn over and just do a chain. Then we're going to turn it. Okay, so this is the back side. That's the front side. See, nice pretty double crochets. This is the back side. Yucky back side. I don't know what else to call it. Now the first one that we're going to do, yarn over and do a double crochet in this very, very first stitch here. See how the stitch is kind of separated into 2 spots? We have a hole here, we have a hole up here. Both of these holes are important in this video. So when we do a regular double crochet, we're going to enter into this top one here, right there, right where my nail is going. So we're going to do a double crochet in here. Make sure you only pull through the 2 loops, not the 3. And do it again. Now this next one, we're going to do a front post double crochet. So front post double crochet, you're not going to enter up here like we did on that first one. You're going to go around the stitch. So instead of entering here, we're going to go down here. We're going to start underneath that first stitch that we just did, wrap it around the stitch itself, and double crochet there. So let me yarn over, enter underneath that first stitch. Here's our first stitch of this row. We're going to enter into the next hole underneath it, and then do a double crochet from there. Next we're going to do 2 double crochets in the top. These are just going to be regular double crochets straight in the top like a normal double crochet stitch. 1, 2. Okay, next we're going to do a double crochet down here. So again, we're going to go into that space underneath that last one that we did. Here's that last one, here's its hole. We're going to go into the space underneath it and go around the stitch. Okay, now 2 more standard double crochets. And then again, last stitch that we just did, enter underneath it as a double crochet, and go. Okay, now right here is where we did that turning chain. So on that turning chain, we're going to do a double crochet, and it's just going to be crammed in there. It's hard to find it. There's a small space here. I'm just going to go into that small space there and do a double crochet there. Okay, and you can start to see that pattern. Beautiful. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so you start to see that pattern. We're going to do a turning chain and flip it over. Now this side is going to be different. So this side you yarn over, you can do a regular double crochet on that first one, and then we're going to yarn over and we're going to do a regular double crochet on this next one. One thing that you'll notice when you flipped it over is that you have 2 stitches in a row that are closer to you, followed by a stitch that's in the back, followed by 2 stitches in the front, 1 stitch in the back, and then you're turning 1. So here, the ones that are closer to you, you're going to do that front post double crochet. So we're going to do 2 of them in a row. A front post and another front post. 2 in a row. Now since we only have 1 stitch in the back, we're only going to do 1 regular crochet, regular double crochet. Now we have another 2 in the front here. So we're going to do 2 front post double crochets. And then we have 1 in the back, so just a regular double crochet. And then we have our turning space, which again, you just kind of cram it in there, find that hole, and do a double crochet. Now we do 1 chain, and we flip it. And now you can really start to see the pattern. Okay, so now we're back to our first side. So our first side again is just going to be 1 double crochet, followed by 1 front post double crochet, and then you do 2 double crochets, regular ones, right here, 1 front post double crochet, 2 regular double crochets, 1 front post double crochet, and then you find that hole randomly over here and do a double crochet in it. Okay, now you can really nice if I could turn off that flash while I was videoing, but I can't figure out how to do that. But now you can see your waffle starting. See if I go like this, you can definitely see where it's raised here as well as here. Okay, so now we're going to chain one at the end. You always chain one at the end and then you flip it. So when you're on the back side, you go back to the other pattern. This one starts out with 2 double crochets, then it goes 2 front post double crochets, 1 regular double crochet, and you follow that until the end. So 2 front post, 1 regular, 2 front post, 1 regular, all the way. We're going to start with the 2 regular, 1, 2, and again you'll see how both of those are kind of in back. And these 2 here that we're going to do the front posts are closer to you. So now we have a front post and a front post. Now we have just 1 regular. We only have 1 in back. It's going to be this one here that if we flip it over, it's sticking out the other side. Since it's out on the other side, it's in back on this side. So just do the 1. Now these next 2, if we flip it back over to the other side, we'll see that these 2 are the 2 that kind of make that waffle dimple here. Since they're on the front, on this back side here, since they're raised up on the back side, we're going to turn those into front post double crochets. So a front post and a front post. We have 1 raised on the back side, so it's in the back of the side. So we just do the 1 regular, and then we find our side here. There we go. Chain 1 because we're at the end. So each of these waffles, if you look here, this is 2 rows. So we have 2 rows here on the bottom, and we have 2 rows here, and this is another row. So that was actually our 5th row. This next one is our 6th row. So we do 1 regular double crochet. Well, make sure you only go through 2 loops, not 3. Then 1 front post double crochet. And then we do 2 regular double crochets. 1, 2, then 1 front post. Then 2 regular. And my yarn is changing colors. Then 1 front. And then 1 here on the end. Chain 1 and turn. I'll do 2 more rows because I think it'll be better to see with this darker color anyways. So we do a double crochet, a double crochet because we're on the back side, so we start off with 2 regular double crochets, and then we go into 2 front post double crochets. 1, 2. Then we do 1 regular, and then 2 front post. And again, these front posts, they're raised up on the back. The ones that need to be front posts, they're raised up on the back side. And when you flip it over to the front side, the ones that need to be front posts are going to be the opposites, and it's going to be raised up on the front side. So here we go. So now we do a regular. This whole row, you can see this entire row, this one is raised, so this one's going to be a front post. You can see that all of these, this entire row here, all of these stitches are behind. They're in the back, so we're going to do regular double crochets on those 2. Again, this entire column here is raised, so we're going to do a front post. Again, these 2 are in the back, so we do regular. Again, this one is raised all the way up. We're going to do a front post, and then we're going to go right there. Okay, and that's how you do the waffle stitch. Just remember, every time, or when you get it started, you want to do a multiple of 3 plus 2. Those extra 2 are there for your turning chain. The very first row that you do is going to be double crochets all the way down, and it should end up as a multiple of 3. You do a chain at the end before you turn it. After you turn it, that first row goes double crochet, front post, 2 double, front, 2 double, front. All the way across. You're going to end with 1 double crochet in that turning one. When you flip it over to the back, you're going to do the chain at the end of the row, flip it over, and when you're on the back side looks opposite of waffle. When you're on that back side, you're going to do, you have to make sure that it's always 2 regular double crochets to start with, and then the pattern that you follow from there is going to be 2 front post followed by 1 regular, 2 front post, 1 regular, and then 1 regular in your turning chain. Chain 1 and flip it over. And it's going to be like that all the way down the row. You can add as many stitches as you want to the baby blanket that I'm making. Started with 137 chains, so it's 135 double crochets throughout the entire row.